The Vanishing Man. D.B. Cooper's ensuring mystery. November 24th, 1971. A date etched into the annals of American history, marking the genesis of a legend unlike any other. On this day, a man known only as D.B. Cooper stepped onto an airplane, forever altering the course of aviation security and igniting a mystery that continues to baffle investigators and fascinate the world. He was a phantom, a shadow, a figure who materialized from thin air, executed a daring plan, and then vanished without a trace. His audacious act was not one of violence, but of cunning, a calculated gamble against the odds. He hijacked a commercial airliner, demanded a fortune, and then, in an unprecedented move, disappeared into the night. This was no ordinary crime. It was the only unsolved skyjacking in American history, a riddle wrapped in an enigma, a testament to human ingenuity and the enduring power of the unknown. The name D.B. Cooper echoes through time, a whispered question mark in the grand narrative of unsolved mysteries. His story is a chilling reminder that sometimes the most profound disappearances occur not in the wilderness, but in the very heart of civilization. It is a tale that challenges our understanding of justice, survival, and the limits of human pursuit. The legend of D.B. Cooper began on that fateful day, and it continues to captivate us all. Before we continue, if you're finding this video interesting, consider subscribing for more value. Like, share, and smash the bell notification so you don't have to miss any subsequent update. The hijacking event. Flight 305. The stage was set on a crisp autumn afternoon, November 24th, 1971. The location: Portland International Airport, Oregon. The aircraft: Northwest Orient Airlines Flight 305, a Boeing 727, a workhorse of the skies, preparing for a routine 30-minute hop to Seattle. Among the passengers boarding that day was a man who would soon become a household name, though his true identity would remain forever elusive. He was described as a quiet, unassuming individual, dressed in a dark suit, white shirt, and black tie, carrying a briefcase. He purchased his ticket under the name Dan Cooper. The flight was unremarkable in its initial moments, a typical journey for the holiday season. Passengers settled in, anticipating their arrival in Seattle, unaware that they were about to become unwitting participants in one of the most audacious crimes of the 20th century. The ordinary was about to give way to the extraordinary. The hum of the engines, the gentle ascent into the clouds, all contributed to a sense of normalcy. But beneath this veneer of routine, a meticulously planned operation was about to unfold, orchestrated by a man whose calm demeanor belied the explosive secret he carried. Shortly after takeoff, as Flight 305 cruised at its assigned altitude, the man known as Dan Cooper made his move. He summoned Florence Schaffner, a flight attendant, and handed her a folded note. Her initial thought was that he was a lonely businessman attempting to flirt. However, the contents of that note quickly dispelled any such notion. Scrawled in neat, block letters, the message was chillingly direct. "I have a bomb in my briefcase. I want you to sit next to me." The words hung in the air, heavy with unspoken threat. Cooper then opened his briefcase just enough for Schaffner to glimpse what appeared to be sticks of dynamite wired to a battery. His voice, when he spoke, was calm, almost conversational, a stark contrast to the gravity of his declaration. He was not agitated, not panicked, but utterly composed. He laid out his demands with precision: $200,000 in $20 bills, 4 parachutes, 2 primary and 2 reserve, and a fuel truck standing by in Seattle. His instructions were clear, his resolve unwavering. The flight crew, alerted to the situation, immediately relayed the demands to the ground. As news of the hijacking reached authorities, a frantic scramble began on the ground. The FBI, local law enforcement, and airline officials worked against the clock to meet Cooper's demands. The Boeing 727 circled above Seattle, awaiting confirmation that the ransom and parachutes were ready. Upon landing at Seattle-Tacoma International Airport, the scene was tense. FBI agents, disguised as airline employees, delivered a briefcase containing the requested $200,000. The money consisted of 10,000 $20 bills, all unmarked, but with their serial numbers meticulously recorded. 4 parachutes, as specified, were also brought aboard. Cooper meticulously inspected them, ensuring they met his requirements. His attention to detail was unnerving, suggesting a familiarity with such equipment. He was in control, dictating every step of the process. Once the money and parachutes were confirmed, Cooper allowed the other passengers and 2 of the flight attendants to disembark. The remaining crew, the pilot, co-pilot, flight engineer, and 1 flight attendant, Tina Mucklow, remained on board, held captive by the enigmatic hijacker. With the ransom secured and the plane refueled, Cooper issued his final, most audacious command. The plane was to take off again. His instructions were precise. Fly south-southeast at an altitude no higher than 10,000 feet, with the landing gear down and the wing flaps extended 15 degrees. He also demanded that the cabin remain unpressurized and that the rear air stairs, a unique feature of the Boeing 727, be lowered. The crew, under duress, complied, taking off into the dark, stormy night. The plane was now a ghost ship, carrying a fortune and a man with an unimaginable plan. Somewhere over the rugged, forested terrain of southwestern Washington state, between Seattle and Reno, Cooper prepared for his exit. He tied the money bag to his body, donned one of the parachutes, and then, in a move that defied belief, he lowered the rear air stairs. At approximately 8:13 p.m., in the midst of a driving rainstorm and pitch-black conditions, D.B. Cooper stepped out of the plane and into the void. He vanished into the turbulent night, leaving behind a stunned crew, a bewildered nation, and a mystery that would echo through generations. The moment D.B. Cooper disappeared from the plane, the largest manhunt in FBI history was launched. Hundreds of agents, along with local law enforcement, military personnel, and civilian volunteers, descended upon the vast, unforgiving wilderness of the Pacific Northwest. The search area was immense, encompassing dense forests, treacherous rivers, and rugged mountains. Every conceivable resource was deployed. Helicopters, fixed-wing aircraft, ground teams slogging through mud and undergrowth. The hope was to find Cooper, or at least his remains, and the ransom money. News reports from the time captured the intensity of the search, the public's fascination, and the growing frustration as days turned into weeks, and weeks into months. The FBI pursued every lead, interviewed countless individuals, and scoured every inch of the suspected drop zone. Despite the unprecedented scale of the operation, D.B. Cooper was gone. He had seemingly evaporated into the elements, leaving behind no trace, no definitive sign of his fate. The wilderness had swallowed him whole, adding another layer of mystique to his already legendary escape. For years, the D.B. Cooper case remained stubbornly cold, a persistent thorn in the side of the FBI. The recorded serial numbers of the ransom money were circulated globally, but not a single bill surfaced in circulation, deepening the enigma of his survival. Then, in February 1980, a breakthrough, however small, finally occurred. A young boy named Brian Ingram, picnicking with his family on a beach along the Columbia River, unearthed a decaying package containing 3 bundles of $20 bills. The serial numbers matched the ransom money. This discovery, totaling nearly $6,000, provided the first tangible evidence of Cooper's fate, or at least the money's. It suggested that he might have landed near the river, or that the money had been washed downstream from his landing site. The find reignited hope, but also raised more questions. Further investigations in the area yielded a partial parachute and a placard from the plane's rear air stairs, but no other significant clues. The vast majority of the ransom money, and D.B. Cooper himself, remained elusive. The case continued to defy resolution, becoming a symbol of the perfect crime. The enduring mystery of D.B. Cooper has spawned countless theories, each attempting to explain the inexplicable. Was he a highly skilled skydiver? Perhaps a former paratrooper who meticulously planned his escape and survived the perilous jump? Many believe his precise demands for parachutes and flight conditions point to an expert. Did he perish in the wilderness, succumbing to the elements, the fall, or the unforgiving terrain? The discovery of some of the money downstream suggests a possible demise, with the current carrying the bills away. The lack of a body, however, leaves this theory unconfirmed. Could he have been an airline employee, familiar with the Boeing 727's unique features and the flight paths? This theory attempts to explain his intimate knowledge of the aircraft and his calm demeanor during the hijacking. The FBI investigated numerous airline personnel, but no definitive link was ever established. Perhaps he was a master criminal who simply disappeared into society, living out his days in anonymity with his ill-gotten gains. The absence of any further trace of him or the money fuels this tantalizing possibility. The theories are endless, each adding another layer to the legend, ensuring the mystery endures. The tale of D.B. Cooper is a narrative woven with threads of audacity, precision, and an almost supernatural disappearance. From the moment he handed that chilling note to the flight attendant, to his final, dramatic leap into the stormy night, he crafted a legend that continues to defy explanation. His name, D.B. Cooper, is not merely a moniker. It is a whispered question in the annals of unsolved crimes, a testament to a master of the unknown. He remains a phantom, a ghost in the machine of justice, a figure who executed a perfect crime and then simply ceased to exist. The tension of that night, the frantic search, the tantalizing but ultimately inconclusive clues, all contribute to a story that refuses to fade. It is a narrative that continues to captivate and confound, challenging our assumptions about crime, survival, and the limits of human pursuit. D.B. Cooper's story is more than just a crime. It is a cultural phenomenon, a testament to the human fascination with the unknown. He is the ultimate escape artist, a figure who slipped through the fingers of the law and into the realm of myth. The D.B. Cooper mystery remains an open wound in the fabric of American history, a case that continues to intrigue and frustrate. The questions linger, echoing through the decades. What truly happened to D.B. Cooper? Did he survive the jump? Where did the rest of the money go? We invite you to join the ongoing conversation. What do you think happened to D.B. Cooper? Was he a brilliant survivor, or did the wilderness claim him? Share your thoughts, theories, and insights in the comments below. Your perspective could shed new light on this enduring enigma. If this journey into the unknown has captivated your imagination, please consider liking this video, subscribing to our channel for more deep dives into history's greatest mysteries, and sharing it with fellow enthusiasts. Let's keep the conversation going, ensuring the legend of D.B. Cooper continues to inspire debate and wonder. Every clue leads deeper into the unknown. Don't stop here. Your next mystery awaits in the following video. Click and see what others have missed.